Do you know what episode number it is?
Nope.
Do you know that this is actually episode number 100?
There's no way.
It is, because I forgot what number we're on. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Flesh and Blood. Pit Against a live Flesh and Blood college show. I'm William Table and Legs, and I get my words mixed up. I'm joined by my constant co-host, Kevin Smurph Murphy. Kevin, what's up? It's been 2 weeks.
That's
Pit Against is a live call-in show. If you'd like to be live on air talking to us about your hot take, join the Pit Against Discord and the other things. Kevin, how have you been? It's been 2 weeks. Actually, I'm going to ask how I've been.
yeah.
I went on holiday.
You got a Buc-ee's hat.
I did. I went to Buc-ee's. It's nice.
That was your entire holiday.
That was most of it, actually. We went on a Thursday, like middle of the day Thursday, which sounds like an off time of day, and it was shoulder to shoulder the whole time you were in there. At one point, I almost knocked an old lady over just by walking around. At one point, an old lady knocked me over. So, like, everyone's square and even on that front. I think my general opinion on it is it's overhyped, but it's worth an amount of hype. I think it's really, really good. I want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Disney World, which is what somebody described it to me as. It's like it's like the best gas station you've ever been in. But that's it. So, and I'm okay with that.
That sounds right.
I enjoyed it a lot. We spent money. That's what we did. You know what you do when you go on vacation? You spend money. Am I old?
Yeah.
Am I old? Is that all I can think about? Is just every time the credit card went ding? Ugh.
Nope. That's a vacation.
That's a vacation. I got a lot of cool stuff. I can't remember anything of what I got. Was there anything noticeable, Rachel, that I would think is interesting?
That you
No.
Yeah, what did I get?
You didn't get much.
Oh, Rachel said I didn't get anything. That makes sense. Rachel got a bunch of stuff. I can think of a few things Rachel got, but anyways. Yeah, Rachel got a ton of stuff. Kevin, what did you get?
I stayed home and tested.
Nice. Testing. That's a great gift. You should give that to anyone you can. That's the best kind of gift you should give over the holiday season. Like like a card that says I owe you testing. Heck yeah, dude! Worlds is right around the corner.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh gosh! And then I get to annoy everybody that I'm on that holiday with. Man, I'm excited. All right. I'll get into the show. Anything you want to talk about first?
Not really.
Okay.
I think I shouldn't say it's been quiet, but it feels like it's been quiet.
It's been like we're heading into a larger event, Worlds.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of PQ
waiting
season.
mode.
And so we're in waiting mode. We're in limbo. We're grinding out our PQs. We're making sure our lists are ready and working towards a big event. But in the middle of this, over the weekend, I got home early from vacation and got to watch the 6th anniversary live stream. I love the concept of anniversary streams because I like this game. It's like my major hobby. I want to spend a lot of time thinking about it, playing it, all that stuff. And so I'm really excited that we've gotten to 6 years when there was arguments to be had about its longevity at the 2-year mark, right? So exciting to see it do well. This live stream was it was a little bit of an update on the future, but mostly just talking about upcoming product, right? So
Yep.
we got a new format. I guess technically officially announced. I don't know how you describe it. It's not even out yet. It's not going to be out until next year.
Technically not.
Silver Age.
Yeah.
You've heard all about it already if you're watching this. Young heroes, duking it out, commons and rares. They kept the ban list from when it was Project Blue, but they added 6 cards.
Yep. 6 cards that were probably needed.
Yeah. They announced that next year they're going to come out with decks, like precons that come with a booster pack. And then they talked a little bit about the history of it. like where it came to be. Just a little bit they did. I guess if you don't have anywhere particular to start with that, I think one of the interesting things about it is the ban list itself, because I heard expectations for people on what the ban list should be, and then we got it. Then we got them, the 6 extra cards, and none of the cards came off. Is any of that you want to get into?
I guess just kind of in general, I think the ban list for me personally doesn't make me super excited.
Oh.
Because like they removed one, of course, all the Majestics and Legendaries are gone, which means like the power level and like Hero identity kind of starts getting stunted a little bit.
A bit, yeah.
And then the commons and rares are kind of it's very non-uniform, their power levels.
Yes.
Because you'll have just some commons that are just not like, are you really going to play Fry and Aurora? I don't think so. But like,
you might feel obligated to now.
KO gets a lot of his cards.
The difference between
DC deck,
Fry and Buckwild is crazy. And those are just commons.
As what would have been a staple for Aurora in her draft format.
Yeah.
KO gets Wild Ride, which was a staple in his draft format. And I think Wild Ride does way better in this format so far. So like this, and Aurora will just go play in Twine Lightning and Rabble and all that stuff. But also she loses Snatch.
She loses Scar for Scar. Or not Scar for Scar. She loses was there not another Go Again card that I'm thinking of that never mind.
I think. Hang on. I just worry that there's a little like alarm bells in my head saying that you're not going to be able to push damage. Like this format is going to be very numbers based. Yes. Because they've taken a lot of the stuff that is multiplicative damage, and when you take that out of the game, it can start getting very linear.
Yes.
And to try and mitigate that, they're removing also the 0-for-4 D-Reacts, which you have to.
Actually, I have a
even
good
the
way
point
to
of removing
Fiddler's Green, I think. If I can interrupt, which is so the one thing that I keep wanting to attribute it to Brian Gottlieb, but like it was basically around the time he started, was we started transitioning Flesh and Blood from being very specifically a numbers game to a game with power cards in it, right? Codex of Frailty, all the decks have bombs now, like Acilio's
Codex of Frailty, Transcend cards, Decompose cards,
Gone in a Flash. Like there's like basically like hero specific ones, like
Wrath of Retribution, Bonds of Agony, all of that stuff, Kiss of Death. Then in High Seas we had Tipple, Unintended, and then we have
Conqueror.
The big 2-for-6 Harpoons, and then we have Dovetail and Palantir, and then in Super Slam we have Leave Them Hanging, and Jaws of Victory, I guess would be the tough nut one. Like actually, literally every set.
I had an armory where I lost 3 Truth or Trickeries in one game. That felt like a power card when you lose when you guarantee lose them all. It feels like a power card. But
was this recent?
Yes, I was salty, and I'm over it now.
This is the one I heard about. Okay,
this is the one where I spent all day at work today reflecting on different turns and hands and how I could have played it better and how I'm a bad Flesh and Blood player and it's not their fault, it's mine. Also, that card is bull crap and they should ban it. Anyways, I think with the idea of power cards being in deck, the point of it is it adds more variance to the game, which some might say there's too much variance now, but when it was just Oldhim and Fi, it was stupid, right? Would Fi just throw number at you, or Oldhim just...
Fi had Art of War.
He did have
the entire time Oldhim was out.
Sure. But Oldhim had
Oldhim had Crown of Seeds.
He had Pulse? Yeah, Crown of Seeds is a sip, though.
Sure, but it is a powerful card. It is not just Blade Beckoner format.
Sure. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. And I guess that's where I'm actually getting to, is that with the idea of these power cards, you have Majestics that make the game a little swingy, but not so swingy that the game's ending on turn 1, turn 2, right?
Yes.
Um,
Sure, but like because this is a young hero format, like they can't just make it Blitz. Like there's a reason Blitz wasn't working, and it's because of those kinds of power cards. So like I understand why they have to be removed because I didn't like Blitz either for that same reason of like your choices started to get limited. But I just wonder if you don't end up with any choices at all if we just enter a super mid-range soup a la heavy hitters minus Blood Rush and Blood on our hands. Like, is that a format we want to play? Is that interesting?
Yeah,
Are we making choices?
that's the interesting question, right? So like, oh my gosh, the cat is destroying something. But the thing is, it just comes down to numbers, which was kind of a bit the problem, or you know, some people would say was the problem of CC, where it was so numbers based.
Sure.
That like some decks, just because of their sheer numbers, push everything out of the format. You don't have B tier decks when they gatekeep so hard.
It's funny that we end up in the reverse problem of 40 health is almost too much for the cards that they want to run, and 20 health is too little.
Yeah.
Because 40 health, everything just starts averaging out. And 20 health is you can't average it out enough.
Yeah.
So you end up in this weird spot for both formats potentially.
Man, like, okay, I think we all know that Classic Constructed is the format of Flesh and Blood, right? It's what all the cards are basically built around, or at least especially the Majestics.
And Limited.
And then Limited, yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Yes, Majestics are built around CC, and expansion slots for LL now, I guess, and then commons and rares are for sometimes CC. I guess I was thinking of like how Briar got a card. But and then commons and rares for draft, right? And so,
super rares.
It's super rares. That's a rare. It counts. It says rare.
It's a rare.
It says
it's just a 1 in 3 rare instead of the 3 and 4.
It's a super rare. It's more rare.
Ever so slightly.
But which, by the way, there are so many super rares. I feel like every time someone shows me one, I feel like I've never seen it before. One was played against me last night, and I was like, "It does what? I hadn't seen it before."
Card?
So yeah, it was like if you have 3 auras, gets +3, and then they discard
Gang robbery.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one.
No, battered, beaten, and broken.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah. It was like the
gang robbery is steal an aura. Token.
It was like the goon ones, but instead of like where you have to have 3 auras, but it did a different thing, and I was like, I hadn't seen that one.
Intimidate
really
and destroy the intimidated card.
Yes, that was it. Oh gosh, and it mattered. Anyways, off topic. I think Silver Age could suffer from that. It is a bit of a numbers format, and you gotta be.
It's hard to avoid that when you power stuff down as much as they appear to have.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any spike. It's harder to have spike turns, I should say, because they're even removing stuff like Snapdragon Scalers.
Yeah. It's not just the D-Reacts that are keeping it from being, block out soup, but also...
Yeah, they took out the power cards in the Majestics.
But go ahead.
Like, they take out the power cards in the Majestics, but then they take out the 0 for 4 D-Reacts to prevent it from being a blocking soup, and then it's just kind of like who can present the best number at each other. And I mean, you kind of saw that in the game you played against that Oldhim, where I think if he just blocks with a couple cards instead of Oldhim reacting,
I think if he plays his numbers better, he actually just wins.
I think he does just win that game.
Because
he probably Oldhim reacts you a few times in the early turns.
Yeah.
And then he just starts blocking you or swinging hammer with his 3 costs. And as long as he can keep hammer at 4, he'll actually just fatigue you, I think.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what that means in the VOD, before each show that you should come on and you should call in and give us a hot take about Silver Age, you could be watching this, where I played a game. I played Silver Age all before this, and I just played the KO deck that seems good. Like, this is an untuned. We spent 5 minutes putting... 5 minutes putting this deck together, and I think I won most of the games.
And it beat a very defensive Oldham deck.
Yeah.
That was Earth and Ice reacting a lot. So
Yes. Yeah.
it fatigued that Oldham deck, I should say. It didn't kill it. It fatigued it.
Yeah, basically.
Which is scarier.
Yes. Yeah.
that is actually scarier for the format for me than KO killing it when KO has 6 total cards left or 4 total cards left.
My deck is very untuned. This is the first day I played it, and into an Oldham that was playing maybe suboptimally. I was still able to get there like that. Like,
did.
That's so gross.
Didn't just kill it.
It's so gross.
Yeah. So like I worry that like you're not gonna have a ton of agency, and it's just like it's gonna feel like heavy hitters sealed.
Probably. Okay, so here's my pushback on all of this. Is heavy hitters had very little on hits.
It was relatively low on hits, sure.
Yeah. And so anti-number can sometimes counter number, right?
Sure.
If you can rip cards out of their hand and make them use it for bad value, that's pretty good.
Sure.
Is it enough to work? That's funny. I don't know. But
yeah, is there enough of that in the format?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Because when you lose the Majestics, you lose a lot of your really potent on hits. The on hits at rare are generally weaker, as they should be, because those would be on hits in limited formats.
yeah.
So it gets a little weird. I think also stuff like Katsu and his combo lines probably just fall apart.
You can't do the Lord of Winds line.
Can't do Lord of Winds, can't do Dishonor, can't do Bonds of Ancestry. Like,
wait, does he have any? Like, what
he gets to play Descendant Gustwave and then combo nothing because he can't get Retrace the Pass because it's a Majestic. Anything that's expansion slot is gone.
Open the center. Oh, you know what? Actually, is like a kind of like a bomb limited deck that I have won mini games with is Blackout Kick Katsu. That deck actually is gross. Now, the reason it's gross is what you do is you angle yourself to be the one of Katsu, and you get 3 red Blackout Kicks and 2 yellow ones, and that's how you win. I've done it before. I've done it more than once, actually, and that's how you win.
Jesus.
So the problem is you can only have you still technically run 4 Blackout Kicks. If you're running the yellows,
yeah,
it's like a 1 for 6.
So I worry that we end up with not enough powerful or multiplicative stuff to do, and we can't kind of break the math at any point, and stuff starts getting weird. Now, obviously, we haven't had this format this long, but they've already taken out a lot of the stuff that would let you kind of do multiplicative stuff and break the math. Because they've already taken out Rake the Emperors or Somersault, or obviously Cashin had to go. Bonds of Ancestry would have to go.
Yes.
Like, obviously some of these I'm very okay with them banning.
Yeah. They took out the
like,
CC banned
when
cards,
you ban
the LL banned
Vigorous
cards.
Smash Up,
Yeah.
I understand why, but like, okay, we're banning Seeds of Agony, which, chain multiplicative damage.
Yeah.
Deadwood Dirge is also banned, as it should be.
Yeah. Cards,
because if chain can rune gate, that shouldn't.
It's a format with
he
chain.
Would have most of the LL deck if he had Deadwood Dirge.
Oh, it's so gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, what could be uninteresting is if there's like a 3 to 5 deck format, which sounds healthy, but they're all just throw number at the opponent, and blocking
it's
means
all
losing.
Just Rainbow Blade Runner Kasai and KO with Wild Rides, and then it's Ira with 1-for-5s that are all generic. And it's, if the format ends up being that, sorry, Ashen Wings, it's not for me.
Well, okay. So Ashen Wings, to catch up just for like super quick, we have just been talking about it for like the last 20 minutes.
20
But
minutes.
I've probably played about 30 games of it so far, I think. A chunk of them has been KO today. A chunk of them was Icelander yesterday. I actually played a ton of Icelander yesterday, which was a lot of fun, and I still felt like I had some agency in some games and was juicing some people. And then I tried so hard to make RKO work the day before that. And the builds that I was running were not great. They weren't there, Chief. Okay. Actually, I want to take a step back. This is something I should have brought up at the very beginning, which is something I think a lot of people missed.
Sure.
Though they said it a few times. Silver Age is a competitive format.
Yes.
It will be tuned and focused and thought of like a competitive format. It will get battle hearts. It might get callings. We might see it in Worlds one year. It is a competitive format. And in that sense, it's going to be balanced like one. It's going to be treated like one. And you can play it at your kitchen table, you can play it at your armory, and you can play any hero you want in it, and they can be really fun. I think Azuri in this format is funny. I think the new decks where you just banish cards off the top of their deck is funny. That one card that lets you look at the top of their deck and sort it or whatever. Card's funny. And those decks are fun, and they can be casual fun too. But when you go to an event and it's 5 decks, 4 decks, 3 decks, KO?
Yeah.
It's because it's a competitive format, and metas work, and the way metas work. And we might be complaining about, and what we're mostly talking about is the fact that what does its competitive meta, what does the competitive format look like? As a casual format, I think it's awesome. As a teaching a new player something, it's also awesome.
Yes. It'll be great for teaching new players, like not even new players, but like the players who have been
hero.
Playing for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The people who've been like playing for 2 weeks or a month, and they're starting to like get a little bit more competitive, and you want to teach them like the fundamentals of turn cycle math.
Yeah. Or
like
you're thinking
format's
about
going to be great for that.
Yeah. You're like, you keep hearing people talk about how Gravy Bones is a really strong deck. And so like you put together a Silver Age Gravy Bones deck, costs you $10, play a couple of games of those, and you're like, allies are not my thing. I do not like allies the way that they are presented like this. And then you don't spend $500 on a deck. I mean, you can play on Talishar, but I mean, this is playing in person. Playing it
in person against people you can talk to and like talk about what's going on. Yeah.
They said they're gonna talk about hero legality, and
I'll let them get to that. I don't even know what's happening there.
So basically,
the hard part about the format is best of a class, and then everyone else. That's part of, I guess, my concern is I don't even know if there's going to be best of a class. There's going to be the best 3 to 5, and then there's everyone else. I think these competitive events, like if we get to Seattle, Battle Hardened Seattle, and there's just like 5 KO, 2 Dash, 1 Ira, and that's your top 8. Like,
so real quick, currently it's just common and rare heroes, and they said they were going to get to it at Worlds, and that's it. That's all we know. We just play it as it is now. It's not even released yet, so we don't need to worry about it too much. We will get more information at Worlds, and it'll release next year. And if they need to make changes and put reprint Quicksilver Prodigy at Rare, that would be funny as an expansion. Maybe not an expansion slot card, but like maybe a promo or something.
Yeah.
But I think, I think what I hope out of the meta is that there is a meta. There is a you play this one deck, and then there's a or maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 decks, and then you have the deck that beats those decks, and then you have those decks that beat that deck. And a proper triangular meta. And if there's only 2 sides to the triangle, that doesn't work. And if there's only
2 sides does not make a triangle. Yeah.
2 points to the triangle, that doesn't work. And if there's only 1 point of the triangle, it doesn't work. So And one point
Which-
could be more than one deck. It's just like they do the same thing, which is ignore their opponent and play their hand.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I want more information, and I want to kind of see what the first events look like and where people are taking the format, especially the competitive players. Because if I'm going to be playing it competitively, I want it to be like Pauper, where there's like 8 decks I can play, and they're doing powerful things. But that's because Wizards is kind of bad at balancing their game. And
well, also they rotate all their formats every single set because they just print one thing better.
Do they rotate Pauper?
No. I mean, they just print a common that is stupid, and now the entire format's rotated, right?
Yes.
They do this soft rotation.
Again, Wizards is stupid.
Wizards is stupid. So I think where was I going with that?
Although LSS also used to do that.
So let's pretend Wizard isn't like hard ramping their game like Yu-Gi-Oh! And, Pauper's a legacy format, right? Like it's just commons.
Format,
it's an eternal format. That's the word I meant. Yes. It's an eternal format. Those 8 decks, I don't know how much you know about Pauper. I don't know that much about Pauper. From what I understand is those 8 decks, and even in Modern, maybe Modern's a bad example, but Modern for a while was like, before they started ramping into Oblivion, it was like a set number of decks, and those decks shifted into which one was the best. And they shifted into which one was at the top and at the bottom, and like maybe this one gets a card for that other deck, so now it's better into that deck than it was previously. And so like, but for a long time, it's mostly the same like 5 to 10 decks. And maybe there's like 20 or 30 decks. But like those bottom 20, like maybe pop their head up and then go back down, or like have a surprise showing.
The only time a deck moves up is when another deck gets banned out.
Yeah. Yes.
Is my understanding of the way it works, and that's because the game has been around so long. They've printed some much more busted commons than they had, but then you have synergies from 30 years of game design that like are unavoidable.
So I'm gonna make this analogy even longer. LL is an eternal format, and we've seen the same Rune Blades and Guardian stay at the top, and
and take all the cards that were printed for the heroes that came after them and abuse them.
Yes. Yeah. So you have only Guardians, Illusionists, and Rune Blades who stay at the top, semi consistently. There might be a few other decks. Zen is Mystic, the other class. I forgot. Mystic,
the other combo Artivore deck. Yes.
Mystic, Illusionist, Guardian, whatever.
You have the deck that cheats on all the elemental cards because its card pool is insane, and then you have the decks that cheat Artivore, which is Chain plus Zen, and then you have the decks that abuse Skeleton because multiplicative value.
Yes. Yeah. And so, in that sense, you have a semi-healthy meta, maybe, depending on how it... Sometimes it's healthier than others. Right now, it doesn't feel great, and we can get into that. But, like, sometimes it is, like, kind of neat. Like, if Prism can play, and then Prism gets game into Starvo, gets game into something.
It was the pre-Rosetta meta that actually was really good, where in Amsterdam, we saw 8 heroes in the top 8.
And so, I think... when it comes to Silver Age competitive meta, not your LGS, not even, let's say, your Silver Age PQs, like your actual competitive meta, it might just be the same.
Battle Hardened Plus.
It might just be the same 12 heroes, and then of those 12, like 6 of them are actually mostly
have
consistent.
Distinctly better results.
Yeah. And so, like, in that sense, and it could be that way, like, maybe kind of forever a bit.
It could.
And I think that is kind of fine. Like, it's not awful.
It could be.
It could be.
It could be one. It could be fine. And it could just be, that's not the format for me to play. Totally
and
possible.
all I've been drinking is Cope. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just, it's a question mark. Well, we're seeing, interestingly, 2 sides of the same coin. Where we have the format that is highly multiplicative in LL, and we see the problems when things are too multiplicative occurring.
True. Oh, this is
And
interesting.
then we have a format where I'm worried this is not founded on
We're
a
like
mountain
day
of data.
3 into this format.
This is initial questions,
Yes.
not conclusions.
Yes.
I'm concerned that this format would be too linear, and we would see issues there where it's just not. There's just not choices to make.
Yeah.
Like
It's too.
I'm down for that, but that also has nothing to do with like. That is. The issue of whether or not they manage a format is also separate from then how they manage the format after they've made that.
If Iris sits on top of the format for 3, if Iris sits on the top of the format forever, that could be fine. That could technically be fine.
It depends on the degree.
Yes.
And what the other decks are doing, but also
if she bobs in and out of like top 1 to like 4,
it depends on the top of the how you define on top of the meta. If she's literally the best deck for 3 years, something's probably wrong. Yes. Something was wrong with Commoner, and it was not managed at all.
No.
Fully
Arguably, not a competitive format. It wasn't actually being monitored.
Well, there were gold foils that people earned for that, but about a half dozen people earned all of them, I think.
I've earned a gold foil for not being competitive, so, you know.
You sure did. So, like, I understand that concern, and it seems like they're already starting off better in that regard, and I think there's a separate question of...
We didn't get commoner precons.
We did not get commoner precons, but these might be pretty close.
Yeah. Actually, that was one thing is people are like, man, I can't wait until we get these precons. Or like, why didn't this hero get the precon? You know those blitz decks are basically... Like, they're not like... No. Like, the old blitz decks are like basically Silver Age decks.
Project Blue. Or Silver Age decks.
Yeah. They're just commons and rares. And there are a lot of the staples that you might see in a hero. It might not be the best way to play them. And they might just have a bunch of like trash in there to make you like, you know, look at it and be like, this is trash. And there's definitely yellows. They put yellows in those decks for whatever reason.
Like 8 of them.
Yeah. It's so like...
And you're like, what the... And then they made 2 of them for Uprising and Dromai and Phi, and then didn't make one for Icelander. And I'm just sitting there. When I started playing, I was sitting there like, wait, where's it? I can't find the Icelander deck.
No, there's not one. There's not one.
And I was like, there's not one.
There's one next year.
There is one next year. And it would have been exactly the same frickin' product because they haven't printed a single goddamn card for her.
They would have put yellows in that Icelander precon.
It's as long as it was yellow Ice Vein, I don't care.
Okay. It might be like yellow
Fighting Spirit.
I'm thinking of the like 0 for 3 fuse on hit freezer arsenal. I bet they would print that in yellow.
Yellow Icebind.
Icebind. They would totally do that. 1,000,000% would do that.
They might have. Yeah. So I don't know. I want a cheaper format because I could literally build. I have probably 50,000 cards bulk.
Oh yeah.
Let me use it.
I can build every single deck in this format right now.
Because these are also decks that I can just build and give to people.
Which is great.
I don't have to, because I have a quiver with every armory deck they've printed sleeved up. And I take that, like, when I go to, like, a friend's place that doesn't play Fab, I have that in my bag just in case they're like, hey, I want to learn Fab.
You run your mouth about Fab a lot. Show it to me.
I sure do. And, like, I have 2 Ira Welcome decks in there. Yeah. And then I have 1 of each armory deck.
So, like...
And I would love to be able to have just disposable precons
handout
that I can just give to people and just be like, you can keep these.
Yes.
Oh, and here's one of my 30 playmats that I can't sell. Have fun. Enjoy this.
That's funny. I love that. I think it's great. I think I'm going to carry around like a deck that's like more board state focused, a deck that's aggro, and a deck that's defensive.
Yeah. And
then just like I'm going to present them that way. I'm going to be like, which one do you want to play? And then they play one when I show somebody. Except, actually, I'm going to tangent a bit. Except my dad. I love my dad, and he's probably listening to this, and I want you to know I love you. But we played some Flesh of Blood over holiday. And
Oh yeah, I heard
yeah,
about this.
I made a post, and it was too funny to pass up. I love you. Where it was just like there was one instance where I was like, okay, this yellow symbol is the attack symbol, so it represents how much damage I'm dealing. I'm attacking with Edge of Autumn. How much damage am I trying to do to you? And he goes, or the whole time he's like, yep, okay, got it, yep. And I'm like, how much damage did I do to you? Oh, I don't know, however much you say. And I'm just like, you're not paying attention at all. He doesn't play games. He's a man who works with his hands in his free time. Like his hobbies are like working on cars and stuff like that. He's not playing games. He does not want to play games. He humored me for playing a game of Flesh and Blood, and we didn't finish. Or didn't actually technically we didn't get to finish. We were interrupted, but it was, maybe not for everyone.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think the format could be very good for the game, and I have questions about where it's going to be competitively and how much I'm going to want to play it. Because when I do watch some Magic content, and like I watched their modern RC this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And some of those decks look really cool to play. I still don't want to play Magic. But then I also watch like some Pauper content, and I'm like, these are just like almost comparable power levels.
Yeah.
To like modern, because it's an eternal format, and they've just printed some busted commons.
Some of those cards
and the
are
synergies
insane.
are off the chart. But you have that crazy multiplicative power that leads to complex board states, which is what I like.
The problem with Flesh and Blood is it's like core, like what it's built on. Right?
Yes.
And so, like...
It's built on draft sets.
It's built on draft sets that are mostly numbers.
Yes.
Right? Like,
because they have to be. Because they're 20 health formats, and you don't want rare bombs like Death Touch anymore. Like...
Yes, we do.
I mean...
Yes, we do.
Yes and no. It's fun. We want to draft them, but we don't want Via the Vanguard. I hate drafted a Via the Vanguard at Nats.
Oh, yeah.
In Pack 3.
Oh.
Pack 3, pick one.
It's so gross.
I was fully in Prism, but I just had to take Via the Vanguard because...
You don't want you can't give that to somebody else.
If I play that person, I can't. I can't do it. Like, that's the kind of rare bomb, but like multiplicative damage that like this game kind of struggles with.
Yes.
That like tension between turn value and like if combo in this game is weird, and we've talked about that before.
Is good multiplicative value. I think it normally is in the way of like a snowball that happens. Like it's kind of slow and it builds up and it builds up. And that's mostly in these like slower, like a better way to do it is in like these slower board statey like decks, something like Enigma in draft-ish. And she can snowball, but normally she's actually still playing the numbers game.
Yes.
Right? So
she'll just have a weird option of, oh, you had kind of a weak turn, she got to fully cover it. Now she just goes +4 value on you.
Yeah. And I think that would be cool for this format if they can find a way to weave that into some of the top decks, but like
sure.
Yeah.
But like
also,
I don't know, man.
At the common and rare level, some classes are just so much better than others.
Yes.
I think Ashen Wings was trying to bring that up.
Heroes.
And like there's just some classes like, when they build a draft set with them, they're just like, well, this class, for the fact that it's a draft set, needs to be balanced in the common and rare slot this way.
See Brute from Heavy Hitters, see Mechanologist from Bright Lights and Arcane Rising. Like, I don't think you're going to see much Puffin. No? I think you'll see OG Dash with Talishar and a Hyperdriver and Crankshaft and Big Berthas to put counters back on Hyperdriver.
It's gross. That's gross.
Like, that's going to be a deck. And
I'm curious what the slow decks look like. That's what I want to know. If there is any.
I mean, you're just like not going to have a better slow deck than
Florian,
Golden, right?
Florian? He gets 2 good D-reacts.
You don't have Grasp.
You don't have Grasp. I don't know. You get it late enough, you could reduce in Rune Chant and make 2 Rune Chants off of playing it.
Assuming you already have a Rune Chant.
Yeah. I don't know. To be fair, actually, their D-React that deals 1 damage, Sigil of Suffering.
Suffering? Yeah.
Suffering's actually kind of crazy. But
That card's pretty sick. I think
maybe Florian.
you do get Scepter and Florian. I don't think that matters as much without Tree.
In a competitive sense.
In a competitive sense.
I feel like we have to keep reiterating that because that
Yes.
deck sounds dope. I can't play that at an event.
Yeah, I think you're just not. You're going to run into competitive-minded players who are going to know how to deal with that when you don't have Tree to accelerate what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because that was like the issue with Scepter is like, because they had Tree, you had to figure out if they were aggro or they were like mid-range Florian, or if they were Scepter or Stack Florian. And so you had to decide if you were bringing AB3 or AB4 or AB1. And if you guessed wrong, you just kind of lost the game.
Huge punish.
Yeah.
You brought AB4 and they're just not on it.
Yeah. You lose just 8 armor.
So much value.
Oldham and Decimator Warrior. Yeah.
Decimator Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
And Olympia has the good headpiece.
He does have prized Galea.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be when an event shows up that makes all the competitive players really dive into this format. I think I'm very interested to see what the top meta looks like and to see what does well. But I think we're going to have no idea how good this format is until after a bunch of people have dove in a little deeper than KO. Not
Is
that
Seattle the first
I don't know.
event for that?
It's still technically a pre-whatever event, too.
It is a yeah. So Seattle is Seattle is a calling, but it has a Silver Age Battle Harden.
I mean, the fact that it's a Battle Harden, honestly, I feel like that's kind of sick.
Valencia will be the first.
That's
the
kind of
last
sick.
weekend of November. Thanksgiving weekend. Saturday will be a Silver Age Battle Harden, so that'll be our first competitive look at the format. Also, I do want to see what they were talking about, where they're not releasing some of this stuff until the next set, because they did say the next set would have a large impact on Silver Age. So, like, a lot of my concerns could definitely be alleviated with another set that is actually like built with Silver Age in mind.
Specifically, they were saying there's going to be a lot of rare equipment in that set.
Yep.
Which my assumption is it's probably if it matters, then it's probably not class tied. So if it's a lot of rare generic equipment, they're going to have to be really niche to not be basically like everyone's just defaulting to Blade Beckoner. These equipment will have to be really niche in order to cover the fact that, Blade Beckoner is just the best generic unless you need a specific thing.
Unless you have beaten trackers.
Which I'm interested in because it's like...
Beaten trackers is Snapdragon Scalers changed my mind.
Yeah, but like the way equipment kind of technically work, they don't... I mean, this isn't like... Yeah, the way equipment basically settles down to is like the head equipment... messes with your hand, the chest messes with your resources, arms with damage, legs with action points, and they've already kind of like banned the like best of those, and even like the staples of them, right? Goliath Gauntlet, Snapdragons, Hardened Cross Trap, and I'm thinking of just the ninja headpiece that got banned that says draw a card on it.
Mask of Three Tails.
Yeah, and so like if they want to do niche rare equipment, which is the only way you're going to get people off Blade Beckoner. I'm interested in what they're going to do when they already technically had that kind of stuff, but they just didn't. They banned that because it is too powerful. It's more powerful than blocking 2.
Battle Worn 2 generic equipment would be unhealthy for the format.
Battle Worn?
I think that would be so unhealthy.
Maybe Blade Break. And even still, Blade Break
really
2 would
strong. Be fine. Because that's just like different Blade Beckoner.
Battle Worn 2 would show up in CC, and that is a threat. The way I word that, like that is not what we're looking for. Is rare Battle Worn 2 equipment.
I would not.
That would I think that would just hard. What's the word? I keep saying ramp all night. I've said ramp like 5 times.
Power creep.
Power creep. There we go. That's the expression I'm looking for. That would power creep a lot of formats if we had a bunch of rare Battle Worn 2. I love. It's so funny though. I just read Battle Worn 2, and I'm gonna be frank. I didn't read the rest of your message. I didn't even see the XD. I didn't even know that there's a chance that you could be joking. Like, I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, no, the response is, dear God, please no.
All right, okay. Other than that, they're coming out with decks. They're coming out with precons. They're coming out with 10 precons, and it seems like the way they're going to do it is they're going to release these precons in chunks of 5, but they're doing 2 chunks of 5 out the gate.
At the same time.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
It's fine. I think they just wanted to pump out 10 real quickly, but then also say that they're doing 5 at a time. What?
I think there was an issue, and that these were intended to be separate. And then the first ones got delayed.
What if the first ones were supposed to come out 6th anniversary?
They might have.
That actually... Oh, I never thought about that.
Or
oh, my goodness.
Maybe not 6th anniversary, but like the week before Valencia or something. The week before the first
announced that the first one's coming out soon. I just clicked on the Silver Age page and my computer slowed to a halt because I got a video playing. All right. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that might have happened.
That might have happened. Also, it looks like Arachne and Azalea have the same color at the bottom of their deck box. That frustrates me a little bit. I'm not going to get into it. Chapter 1, KO dash Icelander Viceroy Bravo. Yeah. I can see that. No, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
You're just fibbing. No, okay, good.
You're good.
You're good. Frick, where was I getting at? Yeah, they're coming out with 5 of these deck boxes. It's going to be $20 and you get a booster pack, which I think in concept is actually great. If they're packaged so that it's, you get a box and you get a booster pack, then it get them addicted to get these kids addicted to the cardboard crack when they get a box, right? Make losers like me actually buy a booster pack instead of only buying the sealed product. So I think it's kind of dope. There was a lot of Discord around on the internet for a while there where it was people didn't read the fact that it came with a booster pack and was like mad that their deck was their commons and rares were gonna be $20.
I think even without it, it would have been fine. But with the booster pack, it's just
precons were basically the same price. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't have any issue with that.
Each deck is 55 cards.
That's a full sideboard.
Mm-hmm. I really hope they come with a sideboard game plan. Or like a way to play the deck
actual
in it
sideboard
too.
Guide.
If they have like a guide, like even if it's just like a card that just says, try to do this every turn. These cards are your sideboard and bring them in for this reason, and this reason. That would be sick, actually.
Yeah. And I will say the first 5 that the 5 in the first chapter,
KO dash Icelander Viceroy Bravo,
are all the standard baselines for each kind of class.
That's very standard.
And
Viceroy
like
straightforward, Bravo straightforward, dash KO. Icelander's not, but like that's the.
I think Icelander and Silver Age is way more straightforward when you don't have Waning Moon.
Yeah, she's very straightforward for a wizard as well. I guess it's mostly in comparison to Acilio and Kano, but it's like I don't know, it's pretty face up what your hero can do. Your instant speed is dependent on if you have an arsenal or not, so yeah,
and then wave 2 is Azalea, Dory, Phi, Enigma, Arachne, Web of Deceit. And I think Arachne, Web of Deceit is the only question mark I have, really. But
dude, that precon, that deck, when you buy that deck, will be swollen because of the amount of tokens you need in the box.
True.
Unless, dude, if they come out with mini tokens of the heroes, I'm using that in CC. Like if they do like one card where it's like actually the split into 4, I'm using that in CC. That's so sick, actually.
Yeah. I will say that Arachne's gonna have bad weapons.
Oh, he's gonna have.
He
All
doesn't
right,
get hungry.
that's a whole different problem about how I've been trying to make that deck work, actually, and I can't even bring myself to play it on Talishar. Like, it's
Yeah.
Mark is just so like, I think that way you have to play it is almost like a combo deck where it's like I mark you twice a game, I do 2 small combos and try to win off of it, and the deck does not win off of that. Or you play Knives Matter, Graphene Chelicera stocks, and I think that's not great.
Chelicera deck.
I think that's not fun. Tiny Agents of Chaos. I like the idea of just having like a you have your proper TCG sized Arachne, and you can just put the small one in the center of it.
You
Stack
just
it
need
on top.
the Omni token to also have the Arachnes.
The Omni Arachne token.
It's a D6.
It's just a D6.
You literally can roll it.
Oh my gosh.
The Arachne you want.
Outside of
for the Arachne you turn into.
Not in a serious event, because it won't roll correctly.
It will not be a balanced die.
It will not be a balanced die.
No die is actually properly balanced, but it will not
and
be
the fact
properly...
that I'm also going to put weights on number 6 so that it rolls 1 more often. I'm going to put weights on the 6 side. It's just going to roll 1. Yeah.
You just put little tiny like magnet type things in
I'm going to put like 6 cards in that one side, and so then it's just like extra heavy. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
It would probably have danger digits at least, but
danger digits. It probably gets some pretty good boots. Yeah. I mean, these decks are supposed to be... We haven't seen them yet, but they're supposed to be competitively viable, like proper decks. And maybe... Okay, so they're not going to be tuned for a meta, right? And so obviously pro decks will be tuned for the meta they expect. But
these will be generically playable decks. I think.
If they just have all the common and rare staples you expect out of these decks...
It's not hard to make generically playable versions of these decks. I'll put it that way.
And they're probably pretty strong, and you will win armories with them. Like, pretty easy.
Yep.
I don't know. I love the idea of this product. I hope that this format works out well. Another point that I was going to bring up, dice weighting from the same person doing draw, discard, undo on Talishar. Okay. That was because I couldn't turn my beaten trackers on. And then I tried to send them a message to let them know that. And they declined talking to me. Yes, I'm doing the classic Guardian cheating on Talishar. But yeah. That's absolutely the same guy. But another point to bring up was they were talking about this format, and they were talking about how it's basically... They were looking for a way to have Blitz, like the Blitz Eternal format, the Blitz LL format. And this was their solution. They tried other formats, but they were like, nah, this is the one that's, Blitz LL. My question is, Blitz isn't getting any more competitive events. How do young heroes get LL points?
I think that's something they said they are talking about.
Is that what we're going to find out at Worlds? Is they're going to talk about Blitz and tell us?
Probably going to be part of it. So
we've come up with a new Blitz ban
that have been rotated out of official tournament play as of November 13, 2025. Information on Silver Age Hero legality will be announced at World Championship Philadelphia.
Okay. Well,
which we do have a Silver Age deck for OG Dash, who is not Blitz legal.
True. Yeah.
So
I don't think this is replacing Blitz. I think they have a plan for Blitz.
No.
But
I think they don't have a plan for Blitz.
I was about to say I'm very cautious on whatever plan they have for Blitz, because Blitz is
I think their plan for Blitz
it's a bit of a mess. I don't know. Do nothing? That's bad in my opinion.
I mean, yes, but that's what they've been
LSS
doing.
just LLs every hero in Blitz. They're all legends in our eyes. Poof. They all disappear. That would be insane. Other than that, Black Friday packs. I don't think we really care about that too much. I'm probably going to go to ask my LGSs how much product they expect us to get one of these packs, and whichever one says I need to buy the least, I'm going to buy something from probably.
You have to buy $50 worth.
What? Is that somewhere confirmed?
That's what LSS says.
Oh, I thought it was up to the retailer. Because I hadn't seen anything yet. $50 worth? Do I even have $50?
The retailer Q&A.
Dang. I respect Blitz. That's where I'm at. It was there when I started the game, and I have to give it that credit. But other than that, I think I'm 100% going to get one of these Black Friday packs, unless they announce what's in them and it's all awful. I think I'm incentivized to try it out. It's the first one, right?
Yeah. These are to be used by stores as a festive gift promotion and may be distributed with eligible purchases. Jesus Christ, while stocks last, beginning Friday, November 28th, 2025, as follows.
You're talking
These
like
promos
me.
are to support in-store sales only and should not be used for online orders. Each player who makes a flesh and blood purchase of 50 USD or your local currency equivalent should receive one Black Friday 2025 promo booster. You cannot buy an armory deck and get a Black Friday pack.
Can you buy an armory deck and a booster pack?
At least 2 booster packs. Because armory decks should be $40.
Oh yeah, they're 40. For some reason I thought they were 45. Real quick, they had the Rhinar card announced, and it's the dopest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I brought this up on I'm gonna say it real quick on Fresh and Pod. I said that I was a little concerned when they came out with the swimsuit cards, because I was like, is that what we're doing? The swimsuit cards come out, and then also hecking the Verdant's feet token comes out, and I'm like, is this where the game's going? They come out with the hecking Savor Bloodshed, and then I'm just like, is this the direction we're heading in? It's just gonna become degenerate. Savor
Blood.
The game.
Wait, what?
Is that what I'm thinking of? Which is the card that Wyatt calls Gooner Bait?
Goonbait is Savor Bloodshed,
Okay.
and it was before we saw the pool party skins.
Yeah, I guess it was.
That was hunted.
Yeah. Anyways, my point being is
But yes, I mean, we had horny hitters.
Yes. And so I'm like, where's this game going? When they came out with the swimsuit cards. And then they announced the hecking Philly cards, and they show us the Rhinar golfing card. I'm like, you know what? I'm in. I'm sold. This is everything I wanted out of the skins. I got my wish. I want that Rhinar card personally. Though that card's going to be worth $1 million, so probably not actually. But that is the dopest, right? That is the dopest card ever. They have not drawn art better than that in Flesh and Blood.
I think that art is very well done. Also, it's by Wisnu, who did the original Rhinar art.
Oh, sure. Sick! So, that's a good throwback. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Guess we'll talk about LO meta next time. Do we have time for a caller? Because it is past 9.
Probably not tonight.
Probably not tonight.
Yeah.
If you've called in and it's after 9 o'clock, I'm so sorry. The show is wrapping up.
Yeah.
But I think we did kind of cover this stuff pretty well. Maybe we can talk about them after the show. But since we're at the after the show part, Kevin, do you have any shout outs? Do you have anything you want to talk about you?
Fresh and Buds.
Fresh and Buds.
You were on Fresh and Buds?
Yeah. I was on Fresh and Buds on Tuesday. I don't know why, but when he sent me a message, today, yes. I mean, I talked to him yesterday or Tuesday.
You recorded it on Tuesday.
Recorded it on Tuesday, and so that's when I heard it.
Yeah.
God dang, I was thinking back on it the other day, and I was just like, maybe I was a little too hyped up on caffeine. I loved it though. I had a great time.
No, that was fine.
For some reason, when he invited me on, I was like, surprised, even though I've definitely been on two other times. I was like, oh, I get to be on? Anyways, we had a great time. Talked about all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been a fresh bud.
Yeah, he's been a bud for a bit.
I've been a bud. I'm in the Discord.
He was a bud before I was.
I ask questions that show up on the show to almost everyone. Some people I'm just like, I don't know what to ask you right now. But yeah, that was fun, and you should check that out because that was a good time. I have a video coming out. The plan is Wednesday, and honestly, I needed to come out before the end of the month, so for a couple of reasons. But plan is to wrap up a video on this cube that I'm making. But I guess that wraps it up. Remember to go check out our merch store at the tablepit-shop.fourthword.com, where you can get shirts that say things like, well, not this one. This was actually a band shirt, but it says, I comply with the Rule 4.5.3a of the Flesh and Blood Comprehensive Rules safely, often, and extremely well.
Is that banned?
This one's banned because it says Flesh and Blood on it, and I have to get permission to say Flesh and Blood on a shirt. So this one's not for sale. This one's given to friends if they ask politely, and they shouldn't give me money for it. I do not condone them giving me money for it, though how incentivized I am to give gifts might be related to that. Anyways, if you ever want to make this stream look nicer, you can help get us supplies or help me get supplies for the project video, like the stupid cube. Do you know how much a heart of Fandel costs? You can support us at patreon.com/thetablepit. Thank you so much for watching. Proxies. Probably doing proxies. I need to print better proxies.
In cubes, only in cubes.
In cubes. In non-formats.
Non-competitive
formats.
Sorry.
And even still, like, you should... I think the plan is to try to, like, get cards for most of the Cubes Majestics that I can just get eventually, trade for. So I want to do that. We also have No Blocks, a Chill Talishar stream where we do and don't block Saturday mornings at 9 a.m.
Except not this Saturday.
Because we're skipping
Wyatt's at Battle Hardened Baltimore.
Every single one. Dude, he's going to be at Baltimore this week.
And he's going to be at the 10K next week.
He's going to be at the 10K next week, and then we're going to be at Worlds the next week.
Week after that one, but yeah, it's...
Isn't it? I thought it was the week before. The 10K was like right before Worlds, but...
It's 2 weeks before.
Okay. Kevin would know. And we also have the Design Table, which is a Chill Fab themed art show at 1 p.m. inconsistently on Saturdays. And I guess that's it. Bye.